the money that you gave during the primary, bring me some and I will vote for you. There were some that actually tried, but like, as you've heard Musa Dankwa say, it still didn't work. There were those who, because they couldn't pay, actually saw a drop in their vote. Now, the conversation today is whether the NPP allows everybody, all card-bearing members to vote, or they would still expand, say, its electoral college to have more joining instead of actually doing, all party members. There are those who have said that you can actually have all party members, but you do it this way, and that's a position that someone like, say, Jobe Duansa holds. Jobe Duansa says, okay, get all party members, okay, let them go ballot. Now, when you're going to ballot, what you do is that you show up. When you show up, you walk into a booth with, papers, you ballot. When you pick, it would indicate whether you're supposed to go left or right. Left or right would indicate whether you're going to vote or you're going home.
Oh.
Okay, I'll explain. Left or right, according to Joe Bedouansa, means, okay, so if you pick and you're supposed to then go and vote, you probably may go right. Then you enter another booth where you can just cast your vote.
Right.
So nobody knows who's going to vote. You get the point?
Oh.
Yes. So let's say Wobete, Rhoda, you and I in a room. We're in a room. Now there's a box in front of us. When I show my card, I'm asked to pick. When I pick, it would direct me to say a hall where I can vote or my way out to go home.
Oh.
So I at that point do not know those who are going to vote.
Right.
So I cannot go and give them money to go and vote for me. Because the moment I select to vote, I am going ahead to vote without going to show people that I have picked, I have a vote for them to compromise me. You get the point now? So that's Joby Duan's solution. He says, just do this and that's it, you're gone. There are those who have said, allow everybody to vote. Others have said, but if we allow everybody to vote, the NDC tried it and it didn't work. The NDC tried it and they said the NPP infiltrated their camp and actually hurt them. So why do you want to do same? Then the next school of thought says, okay, how about you go the NDC's way? The lessons they learned from all card-bearing members should vote. So they now decided that they're going to expand the delegate system, but not everybody was going to vote. So there'll be more, constituency or more branch executives who then can join and would vote. But in the midst of all of these, one thing that the NPP has also not realized is that their performance a lot had to do with the economic conditions in the country. Until they come to that realization. Well, I haven't seen the report when I get the report, but I know that the report is actually considered the expansion of the electoral college. That one I know.
Yeah.
Should it be everybody or just an expansion? We'll get into this in the subsequent days, Kojo.
But I suppose my question is this: if the party ends up focusing their reforms on how they choose their flag bearers, will that be addressing the reasons why they lost in 2024? I mean,
good question.
Was it because of how they choose their flag bearers? Was it even because of their flag bearer? Because we are seeing more and more that people blame Nana and Ken more than they blame Baumia and Napu. So really, is it about the flag bearer? Anyway, we'll make some time in coming days to talk a bit more about this as we learn more from the report. But right now, to the national headache, Galamsey. Erastus Asaridonko joins us. He's our environmental journalist for Joy News. We pretty much know everything we know about Galamsey because of Erastus. And unfortunately, we can tell you this morning that it is not getting better. Erastus, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
So first of all, help us clarify a little detail. We were under the impression that the military team that went into the Tano Anya forest and came out with such positive results were actually sent there by the government, but we are learning that it was actually on the insistence of the concessionaire. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it wasn't, a government task force set up, originally by government. It was on the request of the concessionaire.
So let me break it down. There have been series of raids in Tananya Forest Reserve. The initial ones, there were 2 initial ones. Initially there were 5 groups. It started with 3 groups by known NDC activists. One is called Karim, the other one is Baron, and Farouk. They invaded the forest. Remember that the people in there said it was the MP who was behind them. The MP denied it. The chiefs held a press conference, said it was still the MP they suspect. Though that was the first group. These were 3 groups invading the Tananya Forest Reserve. Then subsequently, 2 more groups joined them. So there were 5 groups working illegally within the forest. Now, after we dropped hint of it and made noise about it, then government sent in soldiers from 2BN Central, Central Region, to the place to flush them out. Indeed, they flushed 3 of the groups, and then it remained 2. So we went back to tell government that, no, you have let 2 groups within the forest. So the next day, the government sent another troop there, the same troop they went to search for them. Now they came back to say that there was nobody in the forest. But indeed, they were there, because the next day I sent somebody to fly a drone over the place, and I posted a picture of that drone picture of their presence within the forest and circled it. So if you check my Facebook page, I posted a drone picture and circled the groups that were still remaining with 5 excavators seen in the picture in the forest.
And this was the very next day
taken by government.
And this was the very next day after the military raid.
Yes, the very next day after the military said they could not find anybody and that there was nobody in the forest. So then it went on for 3 weeks. No action was taken. So it's like they've been left to go on with perpetrating their illegality. So then we heard that the concessionaire now wanted to protect his concession, and so they brought in soldiers, not from Central, but from Accra. And this time around, they were able to see the groups that were still operating there. In fact, not only did they seize 15 excavators initially, they found that there were other groups aside the 2 that we reported, and they had tracked 25 excavators from the forest to the edge of the forest when they heard that the concessionaire was bringing in military men.
Wow.
So it tells you, Kojo, how compromised some of our security agents are at the district level. And since then, those soldiers have been operating, trying to keep the remnants of the people who are mining within the Tanzania out. Just 4 days ago, despite the raids, the series of raids, another group entered illegally again. And so they went in and arrested 4 excavators, and they are operating. So now it brings the total of excavators seized by the group sent in by the concessionaire to about 4 plus 19. We're talking about 23 excavators seized right now, parked at the Inke District Assembly, waiting for prosecution. So it's never ending. At the end of it, now we have people in Bointano. I have reported it so many times. Bointano, Boyne River, Tano Nimri, along the Tano River. there are people still, Chinese miners still mining as we speak. And I don't know why it's become difficult for us to flush those people out of these hotspots. These are GSBs, Kojo. These are not just ordinary forest, production forests where they cut timber. These are protected red zones, according to the previous environmental guideline before they brought in the LI 2462. So, rare tree species, rare animals that you don't find anywhere in the world can be found in these areas. And that is where people are now mining illegally and mining anyhow.
So, of course, this is part of the reason why we want 2462 to be repealed, so that there won't even be concessionaires. You know, because in this forest, there is a concessionaire, is there not?
Yes.
Anyway, let's deal with the raids. I'm very interested. 19 in the first raid and 4 more. So 23 excavators seized by the armed forces so far.
It will be more than that.
It will be more than that.
The 23 is just the one seized after the 2BN people went in there.
Right. So, how much gold has been seized?
Kojo, I'm not privy to any gold seized.
There's been no report of any gold being seized?
I've not heard of any report of gold seized.
But Erasmus, isn't that...
I can tell you that in the past administration, under President Akufo-Addo, under Professor Frimpong Boateng, gold was seized, which I'm privy to. Several kilos of gold were seized and handed over to the Inter-Ministerial Committee. You might be interested in finding out what happened to that gold.
Yeah, that's another thing to explore. But so you see, the thing about this that makes me curious, the 19 and the 4 were seized days apart, right?
Yes,
days apart. So military force comes in, stops the mining, seizes 19 excavators. A few days later, people are brave enough to go back in there with at least 4 excavators, which means that it is profitable. There is gold there. That's why these people are interested in going in even after the military has removed them.
Yes.
But the seizures report no gold seized.
No gold seized. And it means that, and Kojo, if I meet you and I tell you the corruption involved.
Tell us the corruption involved, Erastus.
With these security agencies. I'm privy to some information about the bribery, the bribes that were paid by some of these groups to some of these security men. Millions of Ghana cedis that were left in the vehicle of some of the first group that went in there. Whether they took it or whether they took it as exhibit or something.
Wow.
So we have it shows you how compromised even security agencies who are left to fight this are, to the extent that if you want to achieve very good results, you don't use local security men. And that is why I agree with the Interior Minister that we have to shuffle and continue removing and changing commanders at the district level in Galamsey Belt.
Now, Erastus, so I know, yesterday I was asking earlier, I know that you speak to the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. What's his response to some of these complaints that you sent to him?
When I get the pictures, I forward them to him. And then he acknowledges that he has seen them. He's going to act on them. I don't hear anything sometimes for weeks. And that is where I keep posting them on my Facebook page to draw attention to the fact that we need to work on them. And that is my challenge. Because though they are acknowledged, it takes sometimes weeks to even acknowledge, sometimes nothing at all, on what is being done about what I have sent to him. And that is my challenge.
So let me get a clarification. He acknowledges, but you don't see anything being done.
No, he acknowledges the pictures about, normally when I get the hints, and remember these hints come from sometimes ordinary farmers who stay within these, along these villages in these reserves, who are worried because, it affects them. Sometimes these armed people also build roadblocks, preventing even the locals in these villages from going to their farms. And so they take videos, they take pictures, and they send them to me. Sometimes I also send people there to fly drones in specific areas to get the pictures. When I get them, I forward same to the minister and I attach a script as to where that is happening. And then he acknowledges that he has received my message. He's going to work on it.
And then nothing happens.
Yes, sometimes I don't hear from him again. And I don't also see action in those places that I sent the message. And that is my challenge.
Well, Erastus, but I'm even afraid to ask about the state of water bodies. But I have to.
The state of water bodies, Kojo, you see, I don't mention them again because I have done so too many times. And I get frustrated sometimes, I must confess. And what is really on my mind right now, what hurts me so much, is what they've done to the Ankobra River. In fact, that one, it goes to the core of my system. To be able to see that a major river like Ankobra, somebody can be so bold enough to block it in two with an excavator so that it doesn't flow. And then they sit on the other half of the river with excavators excavating the basin of the river itself. I've never seen any such thing before in my life. You go to Awudia, a town which is just close to Pretoria, and you see how they've redirected and banked the Ankobra to the extent that it's no more flowing.
And that is currently in place. You are saying that is currently in place as we speak. Yes,
the last time I checked some few days ago, it's in place.
And there's a government?
That is my challenge. You see, this is part of our report that we filed to the minister. And I thought that it will receive the urgency that it demands. That people can be bold enough to block a major river like that. I also sent him pictures of mining along the Ankobra from Ishim, the Nzema area, from Ishim to Banso, Dominase, Duale. That is where the green Ankobra you are seeing, that is where it ends. It ends at Ishim. I have been on the river recently, and I wanted to see for myself so I can talk about it. Miners who claim they have mining leases, and I sent the mining leases they claim they have to the minister. In fact, when I checked the coordinates of where they were mining, inches from the Ankobra, in fact, that was not the coordinates that was indicated on the license. And the miner came to me after we landed at the estuary. He came to me, met me there, and wanted me to follow him to his car. I said, no, there's nothing to follow you to your car. But if you want to say anything concerning the mining lease you have and where you're mining, I will give your number to the commanders and they will call you. And these are mining sites, just inches from the Ankobra, with their pipes and everything in the Ankobra. So I don't know what we are waiting for. When I send those things to you, I expect that immediately, urgently, those activities should be disbanded. Immediately.
Well, Erastus, the good fight continues. Thank you very much for this update. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Kojo.
All right. We're back after these.
Happy holidays and Easter wishes. Wanna make your home even more inviting and spoil the kids a little? Well, guess what? It's 20% off everything, home furniture and accessories, and a massive 30% off all toys. Plus, we've got fun activities for the kids in store. Don't miss out. Join us at Oka Decor from April 14th to 30th and experience the art of living. Happy Easter!
Unbelievable is yours to own with DSTV. Get unbelievable local entertainment with Shakai Lemba, Nigerian Idol, and Big Brother Niger.
Unforgettable night.
Catch unbelievable sporting moments from the Premier League, La Liga, F1, and more.
Absolutely sensational.
Laugh along with unbelievable kids' edutainment like Paw Patrol. And experience unbelievable international shows like Law & Order and Lioness Special Ops.
Let's go!
Download the My DSTV app today and own the unbelievable.
As a busy professional, I struggled with back and neck strain from long hours at my desk. To improve my focus, productivity, and well-being, I sought expert advice from the CEO of Expert Office Furnish.
After being in the furniture business for 25 years, I can tell you two things that causes back pain in the workspace: bad sitting posture and not sitting on a good chair. I recommend to you the Genevia Beeper chair, the chair that helps you to sit right. When you don't sit right, it beeps for you to be able to sit right. The next will be the Enjoy chair. It takes every body shape and size. Buy a chair that will support your back and give you that comfort to be able to deliver on your job.
Expert Office Furnish offers molding furniture for comfort, productivity, and style. From seating to customized solutions, plus interior decoration services, they've got it all. Find them off the Atomic Hills Estate Road in Ashonman or call 0571 386602 on Facebook and Instagram at Expert Office Furnish.
Saswabo, sasso sasso, kume tonton preko. Sasso sasso, mi kume tonton preko. Edrana drami ne buseshe, ye hakesia ne malaria. Minya me pone me sasso spray. Every mosquito study run away. Oh, come on, tonton preko. Sasso, sasso, mi se come tonton preko. Oh, come on, tonton preko. Sasso, come tonton preko. Nani sham ne die, demonstronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Don't miss out on Electroland Extravaganza Easter promotion. Buy and get whooping discounts in our Samsung Easter promotion. Get awesome deals in Media Easter Bonanza. Now, starting from $4.99 Ghana cedis, you will get a NASCO burner. With 1,599 Ghana cedis, you will get a 32-inch NASCO LED TV. NASCO top mount freezers start from 1,799 Ghana cedis, and NASCO chest freezers from 2,599 Ghana cedis. You will get a free desktop computer if you buy our selected NASCO 6kg, 7kg, 8kg or 10kg washing machine. Rush to EGL and authorized dealer showrooms across Ghana for exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Electroland Ghana Limited, home of luxury and affordable electronics.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
With only 24 hours to pay his huge debt, a public servant runs into hiding in an abandoned house. But the abandoned house is more than an abandoned house.
Anyone here? This place looks dusty. Can anyone hear me, please? Mouse! Mouse! Mouse!
Scribe Productions, in partnership with Joy FM, presents Kobna Answer's heart-pounding one-man original musical, The Saint in the Devil's Shoes. Date: Easter Friday, April 18th and Easter Saturday, April 19th at the National Theatre. Time is 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. each day. Rate is a cool 150 Ghana cedis. Dial *714*003*9# to grab yours now. Hotline 054-609-8082. The Saint in the Devil's Shoes. The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold, and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Zagazal, welcome back. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy. And listen, we have to talk about this Galamsey thing. But first, if you don't mind, let me recommend Expert Office Furnish Company Limited to you. Okay, these guys are the ones who have the ergonomic swivel chairs. Okay, and they say go check out these chairs with their intelligent seat cushions and dynamic bionic spine pressure relief design. This is exactly what you need to sit healthily while you work. Okay, they have double wing support chips which will keep your back straight and safe. It's not the only thing you can get from Expert Office Furnish. They also have executive desks, cabinets, conference and office furniture, everything you possibly need to set up your workspace. They are just off the Atomic Hills Estate Road on the Asori Junction near, you said ASI Plaza, eh?
Yeah.
ASI Plaza, that's right, in Ashongman Estates. Call them on 0571 186 600, or you can find them on Facebook. They are at Expert Office Furnish GH. On Instagram, they are at Expert Office Furnish, and on Twitter, they are at Expert Furnish. Go visit their website. It's expertofficefurnish.com. Expert Office Furnish, your health, your wealth.
So your favorite shopping destination, Marina Mall, is now closer to you. Marina Mall has opened a brand new outlet at Bachona Spintex right next to Commercial Bank. Yes, Marina Mall is bringing the exclusive brands and unmatched shopping experience to your neighborhood. Discover the widest range of stores offering everything you need, from groceries, fashion and accessories to perfumery, health and beauty products, electronics and dining, anchored by the Marina Supermarket and supported by top-notch brands like PMMC, Istanbul Harim, Exotica Salon, Glee Health Dental Clinic, Celebrities, Style, Fashion and many more. Join us from the 18th to the 21st of April for an exciting Easter sales bazaar and enjoy amazing discounts that are up to 50% on selected items in your favorite stores, giveaways, and special offers you can't resist. Fun for the whole family, including face painting, treasure hunts, musical chairs, and a chance for kids to meet and take photos with their favorite Disney characters. Make it a memorable family shopping and fun experience this festive season at Marina Mall Spintex. Call 055-6687-222 or visit the Marina Mall. Visit the at Marina Mall Spintex handles on all social media platforms. For more details, Marina Mall Spintex, redefining your shopping experience.
Now, Africa's Model Scout is back. This is the search for that one diamond who is going to propel us onto the world stage. Africa's Model Scouts started on the 12th of April at 7 p.m. and it continues. Don't miss out.
So Joy News proudly presents the top 10 impact makers, extraordinary individuals transforming communities through education, health, girl child empowerment and innovation, from after-school programs in Kiseman to mental health advocacy in the Shanti region, through to Solar in the Upper West region, clean water projects, inclusive education, women's empowerment, and more. These are true agents of change in marginalized communities across the country. Catch their inspiring stories on Joy News as we honor the selfless, individuals reshaping lives one step at a time. The Joy News Impact Makers Award is brought to you by McDan Foundation, empowering futures, building communities, Gold Key Properties, transforming the landscape, MNC Group Global, totally reliant, German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental and Wellness and Beauty, latest from Your Partner for Life, and Ghana CEO Summit and Expo, inspiring business leaders and economic transformation. Joy News Impact Makers Award, celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impacts.
Okay, well, don't forget to go to kingdomstoreonline.com for the best quality office equipment, furniture, and stationery from Kingdom Books. You can pay via Momo across all networks, and they will deliver to your home or office in good time. Of course, if you're in Accra or Tema, you don't pay for your delivery. It's free. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. All right.
Look, Kojo, and it's something we've said before. The hypocrisy in this country is too much sometimes. And so what I have seen is that for a lot of people, in an attempt to win political power or to see a certain party in power, there's a lot of conversation about one thing. Today, the very menace that some believed it could take 2 weeks to solve is taking more than months to solve. I say, President Mahama was right when he said that the kingpins should be arrested. The political class knows the kingpins. So there's no excuse. If they want to arrest the kingpins today, they know them. Erastus has consistently reminded us that the moment the NPP lost power, some people say, which simply means our party has won. So it's also our time to illegally mine and make money. And we pretended that everything was okay. We pretended we did not know that this was going on. You've heard Erastus. He talks about the Lands and Natural Resources Minister. He sends a video to him. He says, oh, okay, I'll deal with it. And like my people in Ho say, I will deal with it. You see nothing. You know, and sometimes when you complain and say, oh, there's illegal mining going on in this forest reserve or in this area, information would reach them. Then they will leave. So by the time you get there, there's nobody there. You find very few people. You've asked a question about the gold. Look, we're just not serious in this fight. All we do is to pay lip service to it. All we do is to find out, is to check the temperature in the room at the time and say, okay, people are talking about Galamsey. Galamsey is a major issue in this election. Oh, we're going to solve Galamsey. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. And then nothing. The government, the president, the minister, they have a responsibility to the people of Ghana. And they can deliver if they choose. For now, I am convinced that it is just a case of not wanting to deal with it. Because if the government wants to deal with illegal mining, the government can deal with it.
I'm going to start by saying something positive. In recent times, I was encouraged by the posturing of the minister. He was talking tough. I liked that. He was basically saying to those who were mining illegally that there's no option for you. There's no redemption for you. There's no safety for you. Nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody's going to come and help you talk your way out of accountability. Once you are caught, you are caught. I liked that. I prayed and prayed and prayed that this will not be just talk, that we'll see it on the ground. I'm still praying. But the concern for me is bigger. It's bigger because I've realized that it is always the government, the party in government, that benefits from Galamsey. They are the culprits. They are the kingpins. That is why when a party is in opposition, they want to lock up the kingpins. Because they know that the kingpins are their political opponents, the ones in government. But the minute they come into government, they become the kingpins. They can't lock themselves up. I think this much is clear. Because these are the same people. And you see, if there had been some independent party that has never tasted power before, and they were talking from outside the room and suggesting that, oh, this thing can be solved in a week, I could have now said, okay, you see, you were saying something, you didn't know what you were talking about. But these are people who have all been in government. President Mahama has been president before. Sam George has been in government before. When these people were saying that Galamsey can end in a week, if Akufo-Addo wants to end Galamsey in a week, he can do it, they knew what they were saying. They've been here for 100 days. Yesterday was 100 days since the NDC became the party in government. And Galamsey is worse. Who would have thought when we were, you see, you remember when we were coming up to the election and we were ramping up the pressure on Galamsey, you heard politicians telling us that, why don't you wait? Wait until after the election. Because the party in government knew that what we were saying was damaging them. And they didn't want that damage to affect their chances in the election.
Yeah.
So they were saying, wait until after the election. Well, now it's after the election. 100 days into the John Mahama second coming. And Galamsey is worse. It is worse. Illegal miners have taken over some of our forest reserves. They own the reserves. Forestry Commission can't enter. That is worse. They've taken excavators and dammed rivers. The Ankobra has been dammed and they are mining the riverbed. That is worse. Pollution levels are through the roof. You go into a forest reserve, you clear the people out, days later they are back in there. That is worse. Things are worse. The kingpins have just swapped one party for another. And you have to understand that with the might of the state, the kind of might that we have, if we don't want people to mine illegally, they can't. If the president gives the order today, it will stop. So every day that you wake up and the president has not given the order, all it means is that he doesn't want it to stop. That is all. He doesn't want it to stop. So you just think about what is happening. Think about the destruction of our land. Over 4,000 football fields destroyed in the western region. The president doesn't want it to stop. Every water body in this country is polluted except the Volta. The president doesn't want it to stop. The water that comes through your tap, only God knows the kind of heavy metals in it. The president doesn't want it to stop. People are giving birth to children with 3 arms, an eye on the child's forehead. The president doesn't want it to stop. What I'm saying to you is very simple. It's very simple. The biggest threat to our nation, the biggest, by the way, the only function of government is to protect its people. That's it. Everything government does is to protect its people. The biggest threat to the people of Ghana is Galamsey. And the president doesn't want it to stop. That's all I'll say on this.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
My thoughts are the lyrics tumbling, comes the stitches, switches from yelling to mumbling. You ain't
Oh goodness, hip hop from the 90s there, Charlie. You go get. It's been one of those days. There's been a lot to talk about. We certainly appreciate your views. So many of you sending through your tweets and your WhatsApp messages about why you think the NPP lost the last election. It's been enlightening. I hope the party has been paying attention, because I don't think they'll get better research than this, right? So let's hope it's of value to them. But we are glad that we were of value to you. We're back tomorrow with the holiday edition of the first holiday edition for Easter, right? Of the Super Morning Show. And you don't want to miss it. I've written a special message from the Morning Man just for tomorrow. And you better tune in from 10 to 6 so that you don't miss it.
From what?
10 to 6.
Say that again.
10 minutes to 6.
Oh, okay.
Why? A minute's now one band.
You have to clarify.
You thought I meant from 10 a.m. to 6, so we'll be moving backwards. From 10 minutes to 6, all right? Make sure you're with us so that you catch the message from the Morning Man and everything else on the Super Morning Show tomorrow. But until then, keep it locked on Joy. Everything you could possibly need will happen right here. Starting, of course, with the 10 o'clock bulletin. So don't miss that. But we're so glad you could join us. On behalf of the team, thank you very much for choosing us. As for us, we choose you every single day of the week and twice on a Thursday. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the Morning Man.
Winston Amoah.
Have a good one.